Hi, guys. Welcome to a new episode of Too Much with Shey
and Becca. Hey, y'all. How y'all doing? How's life? Did you survive the storm? Those are the important questions.
Right. If you are new here, welcome. This is the Too Much Podcast. We discuss all things life, news, sports, entertainment, social media, trending topics. So, welcome. We hope you stick around. If you are a reoccurring viewer, please. Well, first of all, thank you. We love y'all down. But pause right now and check if you are subscribed because we really the goal is 1,000, but we're trying to reach 500. Okay. So yeah, don't worry, you could pause, check if you subscribe, and then you just hit play, and we still right here. Thank
Do that.
you.
Do that real quick. Just do that for us real quick. I do want to say welcome to all the new subscribers. I think last week we were at like 411. Now we're at like 423. I'll be keeping track, y'all. So I want to say thank you to all the people who did subscribe, who saw us. It said, them girls, they seem like a time. And y'all subscribed. And we are a time. And we talk about so many different times that we're living in at the current moment. But we usually start off with the time of our lives, which was what happened in our week for our weekly rundown. So let's get into that. Oh, go ahead, Shayla.
I feel like I started last week, didn't I?
Well, you didn't.
Okay. Well, my week, if y'all are not new here, you already know me and the cold don't go together. I hate the cold. I don't care about the snow. There's nothing you can sell me to kind of make winter seem magical and beautiful. And so, princess. No, I don't like the cold. And so, like Rebecca said, we did survive the snowstorm. I'm interested to see. I feel like this is the first time where a snowstorm hits that Rebecca wasn't at work. Correct me if I'm wrong when you get your, but I'll let you when you, I think I want to interested to hear about that, where it was like you didn't have to cover it. You could really enjoy the little snow day at least for a day or two. I enjoyed being home, but I'm a big routine person. So the snowstorm actually started like Sunday night, and it was cute. It was, pa. But then Monday and Tuesday, I am from Patterson. And if you have seen any of the Patterson TikToks or videos, cleaning the roads, non-existent. You know what I mean? It was like icy roads. The thing that was really triggering, I don't know if this is the same for everywhere, but they're like, oh, don't shovel the snow onto the street. And it's like, okay, great. But then you shovel out your car, and then when like the snow plowers come through, they literally push all that snow onto your car. So it's like, well, yes, I will put it right back onto the streets because what is wrong with y'all? So we survived the snowstorm. It is still freezing cold. I did watch a new series on Amazon Prime. Thank you to Rebecca, my very, my friend got money, period. And so it's called Steel. So I was able to watch a show. I feel like because I was working from home and stuff, I got to start a new show. So if you are looking for a show to watch Steel on Amazon Prime. Bridgerton season 2 came out today. Friday. So that's exciting. But that was my week. A lot of snow, shoveling, single woman, strong, independent. I had to do it, and we did it.
Yes, you did. That's my Hercules. Go ahead.
Not by choice. Who want to shovel for me?
Girl, do that. No, but honestly, like Shayla mentioned, we talked about it last week. We had a snowstorm. Usually I'm always working when there's been any type of storm. I'm talking about rain, sleet, snow, all of it. I've covered it all. So this was like one of the first times in a while where I was like chilling at home and letting my coworkers do the amazing jobs that they do. And I was chilling, honestly. I was like, oh, this is what it's like. I need to live like this a little more. Like, I'm like, I ain't never seen nothing like
shovel.
You said, did I shovel? See, now that's one thing I will say. My dad got that. I ain't gonna hold you. I had to shovel like the day I had to leave for work. But like when it started snowing like Sunday and all day Sunday, I said Sunday, like late in the evening, like from Saturday to Sunday, and then the whole day Sunday. My dad did that. That's one thing. You got that, Mr. Eugene. You got that. You got that.
Yeah.
I was like, do you see this acrylic set? I literally could not even think about me going outside.
Girl, If you had to do it out of
Well, if I had
necessity,
to, I
you
definitely would
would.
have. But he was already outside. He was cleaning everybody's car. So why not just do mine? Feel
Yeah.
free. I'm not gonna argue with nobody, not a singular soul. Um, but my week, today I had to, before we came to record the podcast, I had to go do blood work. And if you know me, I'm scared of two things for sure in this life, and that is insects and needles. Like I just
I thought you were gonna say incest. I'm like, girl, what?
Oh, girl, I fear that too. Don't touch me. No, but honestly, yeah, it's like insects and needles are the two biggest ways. No singular individual in this world could put fear in my heart. I could look at a cop, I could look at the president, I could look at my boss. Like nobody put fear in my heart. But you bring me a spider, or you tell me you guys take blood out my arm, baby, take my life savings before you do it. I swear to you, I am petrified. Like I can't do it. So when I sat down, they know me. I've been going to this doctor's office for like a good year now, so they know me. So as soon as she called my name, she said, "Are we gonna behave today?" I said, "Girl, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. I really am." And so as soon as I sat down, the tear came down. She's like, "We didn't even start yet." She's like, "I didn't even get the rubber to put on your arm." I'm like, "Girl, I don't know what it is." She's like, "Did you have like a traumatizing experience?" I said, "Girl, I don't know. I've been scared of needles my whole life. I don't know." Right. And so then one of the other nurses, she was like, "Rebecca, I didn't know you were here." I said, "Girl, you heard my whimpering." She's like, "I heard a little complaining." I said, "That voice sounds familiar." I said, "Yeah, girl, I'm right here. I'm right here." But we got it done. I took off the band-aid before I came and sat down for the podcast. But my arm do hurt a little bit. So I don't know. Maybe it's in my head. It's in my head, maybe. What, you was gonna say something?
I was gonna say that's normal. I feel like when they put a needle in you, you feel a little sore, but it's not nothing like crazy.
And
Like it'll leave.
doctors usually hate these type of jokes, but like I'm always the person, like, those customer jokes where people say the things like, "Oh, did you find everything okay?" And they're like, "I found things a little too well." You're like, that like type of jokes. So like whenever the doctor's like, she's like, "Oh, you ready for your needle?" I'm like, "Not really." I was like, I honestly would be the worst crackhead in the world. And they just be looking at me.
Girl.
I'd be tickled. I'd be tickled. But it's just like, they don't find it funny, but I find it hilarious.
Especially when we do have a problem with addiction in America.
Girl, I'm just saying I would be the worst one because I couldn't.
Well, you would never be one because you would have to just eat it or sniff it. You cannot.
Girl,
There's
no,
other ways.
fact,
An addict is gonna be an addict. They're gonna get it. They're gonna get their lick in.
And then she was like trying to calm me down. She's like, "You want children in life, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "So how are you going to take the epidural?" I said, "Girl, honestly,
Adoption.
if we as a society could find a way to like for childbirth, if we could poop the baby out instead of vaginally, I swear to you, I might do
Girl,
that."
you really are a child living in a adult body. That's what kids be saying when they first figure out, like, "Oh, how do like kids come out? Do they poop them out?" You know what I mean? You pushing 30.
Girl,
You can't
not
use that.
too much on me.
You 27, pushing 30. I'm 28, pushing 30. That's our
Girl,
reality.
push it by yourself.
You're pushing. Whether you push or not, we are leaning that way, honey. The 20s, we closer to the 30s than the 20s, honey.
Okay, so I also wanted to mention I'm the type of person, once I like something, like, and I'm scrolling on TikTok, I'm obsessed. And my current obsession is watching this gorilla on TikTok eat. When I tell you, I spent like, and when you're on TikTok, you're like, "Oh my God," like I've been scrolling for 2 hours. I did not realize it was literally 11 p.m. It literally was 1 a.m. and I checked my phone. I was scrolling on these people's TikTok, just watching gorillas eat. I swear.
This is like what makes our podcast, I think, so different, because Rebecca and I are so different. There's so much happening in the world, and Rebecca is obsessing over a gorilla eating.
It be tearing that thing up, and then it always is side-eyeing when it's eating. So they'd be like, "Oh, it's in somebody's business." And I'm like, "No, honestly, I'm obsessed." If you guys know what, I've been reposting them every time I see it pop up on my timeline. So if you go to my TikTok, you'll see my repost is literally the gorilla. I love the gorillas down. Okay. And so last week we also talked about young ho and like what makes somebody a young ho. And like ever since Shayla and I talked about it, I've been seeing it a lot more on my timeline. Thanks to Shayla. Thank you for putting it on my timeline. We love that. And I was like cleaning and doing stuff the other day, and I was just like, I'm an old ho because I am obsessed. Like literally, this is a part of my survival. Like the speak to text, baby. I don't know. I don't think I can survive without it anymore. I'm like, maybe I am an old hoe. Like maybe we
You
need
are
to
not an old hoe.
no, because I used to clock my mom for that. I used to be like, just type the text, like just do that. Now here I am. I literally don't even like typing no more. Speak to text is literally for me. So maybe I am an old hoe. Let's start that trend.
You're not. You have one little cute thing that the old people do, but you are far from that.
Listen, I like to think I'm a young spry chicken. I really do. But as I get older, I'm like, I used to clock my mama for this. And now I do it. I'm an old hoe.
You're not. You're not.
And so my last two things, I have two questions for Shayla. Have you ever heard of micro cheating?
Cheating a little bit? No.
So I heard somebody put that on TikTok, and so I had to go look it up. And it's literally like the aspects before like you actually full on cheat, like
That's cheating.
flirting or DMing. I'm like, baby, don't ever walk up to me and talk to me about no micro cheating. Don't do me dirty, period. Like
Micro, major, mid. I don't care what vocabulary you use, you're cheating. And so I don't care. Like, imagine coming into I wouldn't want to say an argument, but a discussion between me and my partner, and your defense is, oh, well, I micro cheated. I didn't actually cheat. Sir, please move before I move you out my face.
because now when I mush you, don't sit there and say, I didn't slap you, I mushed you. There's a difference. Like, what are we talking about?
I
Like,
just micro cheated. Like, no one's actually saying, like, don't. People know who to mess with. Someone that I'm messing with would not come up to me and be like, oh, well, that was micro cheating. Whether it's micro, major, mid, whatever you want, whatever word you want to use, I don't care. You cheated.
Exactly. If you wouldn't like me to disrespect you, don't disrespect me by talking about no dang micro cheating. Who is that? What is that? Talk to the doctor today. And the last question I have for Shayla is, what's your 90 and a 30? Do you know what that means?
I've heard of it, but I haven't really dived into that. What's a 90 and a 30?
So it's like, you know, when you're driving and the speed limit is supposed to be 30, but this song comes on, you just cruising, like you driving real fast because this song is just hitting, you're like in that flow state.
I feel like it depends on my mood, right? Like if I want Spanish music, I could put a little like, bachata, merengue type vibe that will get me. So as I'm dancing,
I need a specific song, Shayla.
I don't know. What's yours?
Oh, so I got two. So the first one is Mariah the Scientist, To You. I know it's like that's a slow song, but still, girl, when that song come on, I'm in my full flow state. Like I mind you, let me preface this by saying I naturally drive at 90 miles per hour. So
you better be careful. You don't want to be Sha'Carri Richardson, who just got arrested for speeding. But that's neither here nor there. Be safe.
And the second song that's my 90 and a 30 is, the song Obsessed by Mariah, correct?
Mm-hmm.
But Gucci Mane has his own version of the song Obsessed. And I don't know what it is. He'd be like, Gling Bow Wow. And I'm like, yeah, that song right there. Oh, baby, I might even hit 130. Oh my God.
I feel like for me, I'm just like thinking about it. I really love Yours by J. Cole. I feel like it makes you like love yours. And as you drive, and I'm like, wow, I'm so grateful my car paid off. And then you just want to speed. You know what I mean? A cute little SZA song, a cute little Beyonce. They won't love you like I love you. You be in your feels. That Lemonade album, you will want to speed. So there's a lot of options there. But comment down below what your song would be, how the winter storm treated you. And now we're gonna get into
Last question. Last call to action. Let us know. Are you a micro cheater?
Girl, I actually don't want to know that because that's your cheating. And we don't support cheaters. No shade. So now we are gonna move over to our news segment. Don't be scared. Don't run away. If you don't care about news, you should, because baby, the news will get to you. But listen, it is what it is. This is a quote unquote supposedly free country. So feel free to fast forward into our social corner or sports corner. There's lots to discuss over there. But if you decide to stay, thank you. We're so happy. So yeah, the news has been newsing this week, y'all. There is so much happening, and I wish I could be like the people that just don't care. And here's the thing, I get it. Sometimes you have like there needs to be a balance, because there is so much going on that if you don't take a step back, you will drive yourself crazy, right? Like life has to continue. You still have to go and live your day to day. Like you just have to do that. But every day you wake up, you get on social media or you watch the news. I know some people don't like to watch the news, but if you're scrolling, you're bound to come across a news thing. I hope. I don't know. We're also in social bubbles, so that
I
may
just
not
want to
be
say
true.
really quickly, the reason why like I keep smiling and stuff like that is because like a lot of things that Shayla is saying kind of do apply to me. Like I know enough to be informed, but if I was to sit there of my own choice to sit there and be like, I care about what's going on in the world, I'm about to look into this, that would not be where I fall. But I'm making it a point to make sure that I do know. So I am informed. So one, I have enough stuff to talk about on the podcast. And then two, it's like, this is what's happening in the world that you live in. So it's important to know. So I make that effort to know. But if you are like me, baby, we just trying. We trying.
Yeah. I would just like to nudge you out to try harder. But listen, every step counts. So this week, what didn't happen in news is actually the topic of conversation. We're obviously not going to talk about every single news thing that is happening, because that'll take up the whole hour and we would still need more time. So the two topics that we're going to get into today is another ICE shooting happened. I feel like we've talked about ICE and immigration every single week, but guess what? That continues to be an issue across America. A second US citizen was shot and killed over the weekend. His name was Alex Pretti, and he
I thought it was
was,
Purdy. It's not Purdy.
how is it?
Is it not Purdy?
I'm gonna just call Alex. And ICE fatally shot a second US citizen. His name was Alex. He was a 37-year-old intensive care nurse. He got into a confrontation with federal agents in Minneapolis. And the whole reason how this started, he was like recording, right? The ICE agents were being real violent, right, with somebody else, with a lady, and he was recording that, right? And I feel like a lot of times people are always like, oh, everyone's recording, but no one's actually taking action, right? So here was Alex, like, yes, he was recording, but he was like, yeah, doing too much with this lady, and he confronted the federal agents, and that led to him being shot and killed. Here's the thing, it is super, because it's just like people be like, oh, we care about our Second Amendment rights, right? Anytime there's a school shooting, people, not people, the right wing is like, the guns are not the problem, is the people. And then now people, the right wing, they're arguing, well, he had a gun, and that's why federal agents felt like, oh, I'm so scared. Mind you, it was like 5 federal agents, one person. They were so scared, they were fearing for their life, so that's why they shot and killed Alex. Where's the middle ground? Because the right wing always wants to stick up for Second Amendment rights, and now this US citizen legally had a gun. When he was shot and killed, he didn't have his gun out to, he didn't have his gun out pointed at federal agents like, I'm about to shoot you type vibe. It was like, I believe some videos or some people claim like, oh, they had confiscated the gun before, or like the gun was just like on his back pocket. He didn't have the gun exposed like, oh, I'm about to shoot you type vibe. The federal agent shot and killed him because they just wanted to kill him. No shade. Like, I don't want to say they wanted to kill him, but like, why? I can't understand that, oh, I was so scared, so I had to shoot them. Because you had the numbers, you have all of these, weapons, and you telling me you fearing someone with a phone? Please be all the way for real. And on the same wavelength of ice, right? Today, Friday, I've seen a lot of people on social media say that, on Friday, we're going to have like a blackout protest type of thing where it's like, oh, some people are not going to work, they're not buying anything, kind of similar to what happened when like Amazon and stuff like last year, where people are like, you know what, for one day we're not going to shop at Amazon, we're not going to do XYZ the third. And this is kind of a way to peacefully protest against ICE and all of the the increase in ICE raids that have occurred. On that note, another major news topic that I feel like broke early this morning, but it happened late night. Don Lemon. We discussed this last episode, right? He was the former CNN anchor who went to cover a it was like a Rebecca, I think you read that. How
It
what
was
was
like
it?
a church. It was like a church protest, basically. Like
Mm-hmm.
apparently, I think the pastor or something like that was like also like an ICE agent or something like that, or he
Yeah.
was helping ICE. And basically, there was protesters outside. There's been protests happening, I want to say, for like the last 2, maybe 3 weeks
Mm-hmm.
since the shooting that had happened to the first American citizen that got shot and killed.
Yeah.
So like the protests have been increasing it's in Minneapolis, correct?
Minneapolis and Minnesota. I feel like those are the two main.
I think Minnesota isn't many.
Oh, geography not my strong suit, sis.
Don't judge us. We know what we're talking about still.
Oh,
But yes. But
yeah.
yeah, so like there's been protests that's been happening, but we talked about it last week with the whole thing that happened with Nicki Minaj and how
Mhm.
she was basically calling for Don Lemon to get arrested for his coverage at the protests that were happening outside of that church. And like, Shayla and I were very big on the fact that like as a journalist, like if you are going outside to cover something, that is literally what you do. Like that is a part of your job. Y'all can't sit there and tell me that this man is not a credentialed journalist figure. When y'all
Mhm.
look at Don Lemon and you look at his resume, I would trust him to cover something before I even take political advice from Nicki Minaj. I'm so
Hello.
sorry, but go ahead.
And I want to show first. You guys know I suffer from I go everywhere all at once. But this is the 37-year-old ICU nurse that was shot and killed last week. So that is him. RIP. It's crazy. Second US citizen. Keep in mind, these ICE federal agents, their whole goal or strategy is to, keep out or like make sure that anyone who's here illegally, they try to fix all of that, right? Like if you are here illegally, ooh, not Rebecca left, honey. If you are here illegally, the goal of an ICE federal agent says what occurred?
Girl, I have no clue why I kicked you
Okay,
out.
well, welcome back, honey. Don't you worry about it, because this is raw, uncut, and unfiltered, sis. No shade. If you saw that, listen, we are a two-woman band. We are the production, the researchers, the graphics, the everything. Okay.
Anyway.
Yeah. It's too much happening this morning, child. What's going on?
I'm overstimulated.
No, real. And so that's that. RIP to the ICU nurse that was shot and killed. But I want to read from Don Lemon, because there was two independent journalists that were arrested by federal agents, and all because they were covering that protest that happened at a church. Okay. This is the statement from Don Lemon. He wrote, well, this was like his attorney released this, right? This is a statement from Abe Lowell, attorney for Don Lemon. It says Don Lemon was taken into custody by federal agents last night in Los Angeles, where he was covering the Grammy Awards. Don has been a journalist for 30 years, and his constitutionally protected work in Minneapolis was no different than what he has always done. The First Amendment exists to protect journalists whose role it is to shine light on the truth and hold those in power accountable. Instead of investigating the federal agents who killed two peaceful Minnesota protesters, the Trump Justice Department is devoting its time, attention, and resources to this arrest. And that is the real indictment of wrongdoing in this case. So they are alleging, right? Trump and his people are saying that the reason that they arrested Don Lemon and another independent journalists in Minnesota is because they're trying to sell it as they were involved in planning this protest at a church, but that is not the case. The journalists were there to cover what is happening, right? Like that's what journalists do. If you're on the ground, you're trying to figure out what's going on with the protesters, you're interviewing them. And if the protesters break in and they start protesting, as a journalist, I'm going in because I'm going to cover what the protesters are doing. I'm getting all sides of the story. Imagine a journalist pulls up to an event and now I'm gonna stay outside and not go inside to see what's happening. I need a report.
Like, the amount of times people are like, oh, like I wish that this person went inside. Even when there's fights, they be like, the cameraman moving too much, like stay sturdy, like this and that. Y'all want to see what's happening, no? Like I'm my whole thing is, right, when I saw this, Shayla had already posted about it on her story, but I had just saw it and I was like, Shayla, this is crazy, right? And so when I saw that, I'm like, do people not think like this is weird? Like this is not weird. This is crazy. Like, what is the job of a journalist? A journalist is there to break the news, report the news, provide you with the information, provide the information. They are the go-between between the events that are happening and the public. They're the ones who take the information and provide it to you. Correct? That is the job of a journalist. So why in your right mind do you think that, oh, it's cool, like let me arrest a journalist who's literally doing their job to get me my information because they were there at the events that were happening? Is that not what is supposed to be done? I'm like, I'm trying to make it make sense in my head to how that.
And the thing is, it's never going to make sense. The math is never going to math because at the end of the day, this is not okay. And the reality is, I think, at least for me, I think that Don Lemon will be let out. Number one, because one thing about it is people are going to step behind Don Lemon, right? And the other independent journalist that was also arrested by federal agents, they are going to be released. But I think it's like, again, they haven't been released. This is just me, in my opinion, and what I think. They're going to be let go because of the outpouring of people are going to speak out against this. You know what I mean? Like Don Lemon is not just off the street. Like he's a reputable reporter. And yes, he is independent now, but he holds a lot of weight regardless. I think this is just setting a precedent, right? Like people already don't like to talk about politics. And I'm sure Rebecca can speak to that point, you know? And like she also, we know people that are like, oh, well, I don't want to get involved in politics. Even my mom, right? Like my mom tells me, like one day she called me in tears, like, Shayla, please stop talking about politics. You know, at the end of the day, they're gonna do what they want and XYZ, because people are scared to speak out against politics because they're like, they're gonna come against you, right? They're gonna make your life miserable. And that is exactly when things like this happen, this is going to continue to make more people feel like, well, I can't speak out against injustices because then they might come for me next. And the more people stay quiet, this is feeding into what they want. So no, I'm sorry, mom, love you down. But it's like we are reaping the benefits, right, of people that fought for years for our rights, right? To be able to vote for this, whatever. And so if you just sit down because you're so scared, and I get it, I understand not everybody is born to speak out. Like you can protest in different ways. But for me, I never cared. I'm going to speak my opinion. And so if I was blessed with that type of vibe, that's how I'm going to move across the world, regardless of what may happen to me. You know what I mean? And I think this is outrageous. And I hope people don't react how the right wing wants them to react. Like now I can't speak out against Trump because they're going to come for me.
And I also want to mention, like, Shayla and I are journalists. Like, I know you guys are watching us on this podcast and you're probably like, oh, this girl think just because they got a podcast, that makes them journalists. No, like Shayla and I have worked and currently work for organizations that, and we've been doing this. We went to school for this, right? I'm like, there's different sectors of media in all aspects. You got entertainment reporting. You got entertainment journalism. You have sports journalism. Like you have all these different sectors of journalism. I'm like, if y'all are sitting, and I saw some people were like, good, because his reporting, if that's not, there's a reason why there's so many different news outlets, because you are going to go where you want to support. The amount of people who support Fox, who am I to sit there and be like, oh, don't support Fox? If that's who you want to listen to, who you want to rock with, then do that. If you want to listen to NBC, MSNBC, ABC, all these different news outlets, you can do that because they are going to speak to in the ways that you would like, in the way that you do like. So it's like, for me, like Shayla said, to think that, oh, as a journalist, I'm supposed to keep my mouth shut, or I'm not going to do my job how I've been taught to do it, is ridiculous. Like, are you going to arrest a reporter who covers wars? Are you going to arrest them because they're there when the bombs are being dropped? That doesn't make sense. And I think as a society, we need to look at the bigger picture of it all. Like, why do we preach free speech, but then the moment that we have people who are freely reporting on stuff, we try to shut them down? Like, that does not make sense to me. I don't know.
Because they never really cared about free speech. It's like, I want you to share my narrative or don't share nothing at all. And on that note, let's talk about Nicki Minaj. I really don't have nothing else to add to that because she really is just blowing me. And in my mind, when I stop rocking with you, you really become non-existent. And so I think this should be the last time we even give her some airtime.
Yeah, honestly, I feel what you're feeling, but let me give you some brief details. So Nicki Minaj publicly declared herself President Donald Trump's #1 fan during a Washington, D.C. event where she also showed off Trump's Gold Card visa, a fast-track residency program for wealthy immigrants. Nicki Minaj was born in Trinidad and Tobago and revealed that she is still not a U.S. citizen, though the Gold Card grants her unlimited U.S. residency and a pathway to citizenship. The Gold Card program, launched in December, requires a $1 million investment plus processing fees. During the event, Trump brought Nicki Minaj on the stage, joked with her, held her hand, and she voiced a strong support for him, saying she would not tolerate attacks against the president. Separately, Nicki Minaj announced that she will contribute between $150,000 to $300,000 to support Trump accounts, tax advantage saving accounts for children aimed at early wealth building. She attended a summit with Trump and Treasury Secretary Scott. Hold on. Getting more info. Yeah. And she basically went to promote their initiative, suggesting that the funds could benefit her fans, known as the Barbs, right? And let me did you show the photos or anything like that or no? Okay. I'm going to show y'all a little bit of the video, and she posted the Gold Card as well on her Twitter. So let me show y'all that.
Hello guys, I'm with my favorite president, the best president of all time.
And I'm with the queen of rap.
I am probably the president's #1 fan, and that's not going to change. And the hate or what people have to say, it does not affect me at all. It actually motivates me to support him more. And it's going to motivate all of us to support him more. We're not going to let them get away with bullying him and, the smear campaigns. It's not going to work. Okay? He has a lot of force behind him, and God is protecting him.
There's a certain person that's here who's the greatest and most successful female rapper in history, Nicki Minaj. Come on. And,
Trump, name me one Nicki Minaj song right now. Don't stutter. Name one. One, please. Y'all.
And the thing is like, I expect this from Trump. I've said this several times. Trump is a narcissist. He is the king, the #1. He should be the poster board for narcissism. But Nicki Minaj, those people do not care about you. They don't care about you. They don't know a song. One of the Fox News hosts were talking about this, and they were like, oh, she has a song called WAP. That tells you how out of touch they are. They are mistaking you for your #1 supposed app. They don't care about you. They never did. And so this is what makes me so mad, because people are willing to, bend their morals for what? For what? For what? Like, I just can't even. It makes me mad. I don't even want to talk about Nicki anymore because there's nothing else I can add to it. She's so far gone, and now I don't care about you. Super bass is that girl. But honestly, after all this stuff, it's like, girl, I don't even care about super bass. I don't care about none of that. And it's just so sad because you did not have to go down like that. You could have been a US citizen. You've been in this country for how long? No shade. You know English. You have the money. You could have had a private tutor to teach you all them little questions. Because if my mom was able to become a US citizen, baby, you could have been done that if you really wanted to. And so I don't know what check they cutting you. Yes, you wanted this little gold card, but it's like, for what? It's just so triggering. And they're all so, they just are liars. They say they care about Christianity and this, and all they do is lie. You know what I mean? Because a few years ago, I promise you, if you check the tapes, they was probably bashing Nicki Minaj, all her music, everything she stood for. And now all of a sudden, that's my friend. Oh, I love her. And it's like, Nicki, be all the way for real. I've always been Team Cardi, but baby, now it's Team Cardi till the wheels fall off. Okay, that's that on that.
So when I saw this, right, like I saw her on the stage, I said to myself, I said, I laughed because I said, ain't no way, right? It had to be like AI in my head, right? And then when I came home and I saw like more clips coming out of them holding hands, this, that, and the third, I'm like, how did we get here, Nicki? Like, how did we like from you giving birth to you used to be in beef to your beef with Cardi to your beef with Nicki, I said Nicki, with Megan, like how did we get from all these events to here? Like I need
no backbone.
I don't understand the timeline, or like maybe she always been like this and we don't really know her. I don't know. But my whole thing is like when I saw this, I'm like, I get it. You're using them the way they're using you to appeal to the masses because you want to make sure that you are a US citizen, all that, right? That's what I'm thinking in my head. It got to be for that because
No.
I don't understand how we even got here. Like, and I'm not going to sit here and play stuck and stupid and not act like there aren't a bunch of celebrities that we know and like their music and everything like that who support Trump. Like, I'm not going to pretend like that's not a thing. Like, I know it's true. What?
No, yeah, that's true. But Nicki is going way above beyond than just being a Trump supporter.
I get that. Like it's like this bounded loyalty that's like you're putting on this front of like such strong loyalty, and it's like for what? Like I don't understand the thought process behind it. Like I'm just every day, every time she come out with something, I'm confused. I'm not even like, oh my God, is she okay? At first I was concerned and I'm like, we need to get her to the doctors. Like we need to find her help today. Stat. But I'm more like,
I'm over it. Like Nicki Minaj is cut in my book.
Like I'm like, so sorry to rock like a dungeon dragon. I'm like, how we get from that to I'm Trump's #1 fan? How we go?
This is weird. Like, does she even talk like that regularly? Like, why does she sound like a robot?
The video also was really bothering me. I'm with the #1 with Trump's #1 fan, and then he's like, I'm with the greatest rapper. You don't know a singular one of her songs.
Yeah, anyways. We gotta move on to. I'm telling. At least for me, I am never talking about Nicki Minaj. She is gone in my mind. So,
and you know what's crazy? The amount of people that I know who are diehard Nicki Minaj fans. I
once was.
How you feel? And like my one friend, like when I asked him, he was like, I didn't want to talk about it. I said, oh no, baby, you gotta talk about that. You gotta say something. What happened? This is why I say I don't like to put all my eggs in a basket when it comes to celebrities. And like that's why when Shayla and I were talking about it before in a past episode where we said like I don't like the celebrities and stuff that I do like, from athletes to musicians, all that. I prefer when I see you for what I need to see you for and I don't see you again. Like, I don't want to see content from you. I don't want to see none of that, because the moment I'm able to see more into your life, I'm going to see something that does not connect or relate to me. And now the love that I once had for you will no longer be there, you know? And I just feel like that's Nicki, girl, all power to you. I hope they give you exactly what you're looking for. But let us get into our social corner. Hey, welcome.
Yes. So a major thing that happened in the social space, if you are a TikTok person, if you're not, then you would not have been in the loop. But we did talk in the prior episode how TikTok officially, bought out like a separate US and its entity situation. And not even one day from the US taking over, things went left. And it's like, one thing about America, honey, they know how to mess something up. Okay. So we were like scrolling. I think Rebecca posted a social clip and it was like it on zero. And we're not saying, baby, we the top notch, like top influencers.
But we get up there. We
get at least a cute little 100 views. You know what I mean? Zero is crazy. And so even like aside from that, on my personal TikTok, I'm like, why am I seeing videos that were posted last year? Okay, it's 2026. And so it was a lot of people on Twitter, because I be on Twitter, were like, what's going on? Like, TikTok is down. A lot of the influencers were real triggered, honey, because they make a living off of TikTok. And they said the creator program is not working. Why am I not seeing this? It was what's going on. And they were real slow to actually come out with news, like what is happening, right? I know some other people were like, oh, they're restricting news clips and like they're restricting things that have to do with ICE. But for me, I think it was just TikTok was really down for real. And so everyone's post was just not showing up, point blank, period. We'll see if the ICE thing being restricted actually turns out to be a real thing. But for right now, I think it was just TikTok was down, point blank, period. And it turned out that on Tuesday, Oracle told Reuters in an email statement that a temporary power outage at one of its US data centers disrupted TikTok services. This led to performance issues for American users over the weekend and into early this week. So it's like, yeah, Ben knew this was happening. And on day one, it goes out. I know you can't control that, but it's just a great representation of America. They can't handle anything.
Okay, eat them down. No, honestly though, Shayla, like I remember when I posted the TikTok, right? I saw that it was acting funny because like usually when I post for Shayla and I always put her and I separate accounts also. And so nothing was coming to my account. I'm like, maybe I'm tripping. And then when I would check the too much page from my TikTok, the video wasn't even showing up on the timeline. Like it wasn't even showing that there was a video posted. So I was just like, okay, maybe I'm tripping. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna let it go for 2 hours. And when I checked 2 hours later, nothing. I deleted it, reposted it because I'm like, maybe this was a part of the glitch. Let me try it again. Nothing. I texted Shayla. I said, girl, I'm gonna repost this video on TikTok later in the week because I spent too much time editing that. I needed to get some traction. Like it gotta get something, right? And so when I saw that, and then Shayla ended up sending me that TikTok was basically down, I'm like y'all had this app for literally one day. One day it's signed over to y'all. And I, like Shayla said, outages happen. Things like this happen. Like I get it. But it's like, dad, you couldn't wait a week. And it was to the point where like even my timeline algorithm was messed up because no shade, no tea. I love the white folks down, but I don't have a lot of white people like content coming down my timeline. I don't. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be shady. Like my algorithm is built like that, right? I see gorillas. I see dancing TikToks from African Americans. I see some, content from Latinas and Latinos. Like I see that type of stuff. But I'm like, why the frick is Susan on my timeline making an ambrosia pie? What is that? Who is this? Like, aside from Courtney Cook, I don't see y'all. So what is this, right? So I was just like, my whole algorithm tore up. TikTok need to get it together now. And obviously when TikTok goes down, I go to Twitter because I need to confirm with y'all people that this is not just me. So like somebody was like, all of y'all coming to Twitter because y'all know TikTok down. I was like, no, but honestly, that's me. I'm gonna call myself out because y'all got the tea over here. What happened? But TikTok needs to get it together. I still feel like, even though they said they are working on it and everything like that, I still feel like TikTok is not the same for me as it was before they sold it. But hopefully y'all get that together because I need my timeline to get back together. Because like you mentioned, I'm seeing content from like November of last year. I'm like, why do I care about this? Like, this has nothing to do with me. But the next thing we're going to talk about that's been trending on social media, baby, Gigi said, y'all not about to keep playing with me. I tried to give y'all silence but y'all want to hear my voice, right? So the first thing we're going to be talking about, if you remember, we talked about this in a few episodes ago about how Kai Cenat and Gigi broke up. And Shayla and I basically talked about how like the relationship was kind of doomed from the start because everybody had a problem with them being together. She went from being a gold digger to this, to that, bam, bam, boom, 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 boom. But Gigi said, no, I ain't gonna let y'all keep playing with me. So like I mentioned, Kai Cenat's breakup with Gigi has erupted into public drama after his assistant, Brianna Lewis, released allegedly leaked DMs and audio suggesting that Gigi cheated during their relationship. Gigi strongly denied the claims, claiming the materials are misleading and fake and accusing others of pushing a false narrative. Kai had confirmed the split on December 27th of last year without giving a reasoning of accusing Gigi of wrongdoing. Despite that, rumors spread online linking Gigi to other men, including NBA YoungBoy. And on January 24th, Gigi addressed the situation in a nearly 90-minute YouTube video, denying infidelity and rejecting the NBA YoungBoy rumors and offering to have her devices checked to prove her claims. She also accused Brianna of overstepping her boundaries and inserting herself into private relationship issues, right? And then from there, Brianna also said that she's a liar, and she said that the messages and the audio of Gigi apparently trying to concoct a plan with somebody else was like real, and that the audio wasn't fake, and this, that, and the third. And then DJ Academics also claimed that NBA YoungBoy apparently attempted to contact Kai to shut down the rumors, but his camp denied any involvement. With his camp denying any involvement, and Kai has remained silent through this whole type of situation, right?
I just want to say real quick, Brianna is Kai Cenat's assistant. That's why like she's a key figure in like it's not just a regular woman. Like, you know, Kai Cenat manages and does a lot of things for Kai Cenat. So she's kind of like his right hand in a sense. And the girlfriend is like, well, girl, you just an employee. You not bigger than the program.
You not bigger than the program. I'm the one who's, you know, getting down and dirty with my man at night. You not, right? So I had watched, if like the whole video was basically like an hour 30 and some change long. And so the beginning of the video was her like prepping for her birthday, you know, picking up her birthday grills. If you saw her birthday photo shoot that she did, was real cute. Those grills, I need that. Shayla, you and a few people could coordinate that.
Not for me. I don't got grills money. That's jewelry is expensive.
Girl, imagine
unless you want me to buy you some fake grills, and it's like no.
As long as they shine, I really don't care. I'm not. I don't have.
Girl, we don't want your teeth to rot. I'm not doing it.
That's a statement. This is why you keep people like
your
her
teeth
around.
are, at least for me. Well, it's for you too. Our teeth are very important. We're not about to be putting some things that rot in. No, thank you.
No, honestly. But back to the point. So the video, like I mentioned, she started like a good portion of the video just everyday life type stuff, and then in the last 40 minutes it was her in her bed and some parts of her in her kitchen, and she was basically like, you know, going in and exposing all the people who had something to say, who were celebrating the fact that her and Kai broke up, as she was clocking some things. So remember, this was 40 minutes long, but I only took about 6 minutes from the video, so y'all could see it's okay, Shayla. It goes by quick.
Not no 6 minutes. Girl, we pushing 50.
It's okay.
Y'all done came out and said that I done cheated on him with NBA YoungBoy. I done cheated on him with YoungBoy. Then it went to YoungBoy bought the G-Wagon. Then it went to she's pregnant with his baby. So many different things, but I don't even fucking know this man. I don't know YoungBoy. First of all, y'all even putting me in a situation with a married man is so fucking disrespectful. Like, I don't know what YoungBoy and his wife or what YoungBoy and his family do or how they move, but I know how Gabrielle fucking move. Gabrielle ain't dealing with no wife. Mind you, I've always said I'm not ready for kids, and I'm not dealing with no with kids. I'm sorry. Like, my first has to be your first. Why the fuck would I step out on my boyfriend who don't have half the shit going on? No disrespect to him or his family, but that this man got going on. Why the fuck would I go mess with a man who has what? I don't know, 20 kids, 15 baby mamas, and a wife? First of all, Kai knows I don't play that cheating shit. I'm the type of I'm going through everything that you got. I done seen so many people say, oh my gosh, what was in Gigi's phone that Kai seen? Not a motherfucking thing. My phone damn near ain't even had no password on it. The way that knew my password to like, I told this, if you believe any of that bullshit, you could take my phone to the fucking DEA, had them strip this motherfucker down. Matter of fact, take both of them. Take all of them. You want every other phone that I've had previously, I'll go look for them. Like, ain't shit in my motherfucking phone. The way y'all are trying to make me seem like I'm just this dog ass. I thought that was gonna be my husband. And y'all thinking shit funny. Like, shit really ain't funny. Like, that shit's not funny. I seen his friends laughing and thinking shit cute, thinking shit cool. Who the fuck laughs at their friend going through a breakup? Or who the fuck gets excited behind their friend going through a breakup? But then I thought about it. Every friend that fucking laughed or got excited was a nigga that was on my dick. Deshae, why the fuck are you saying anything? I seen the clip where Deshae was like, oh, I was never a fan of Kai and Gigi. Kai needs to da-da-da-da-da. Of course you weren't a fan, my heart. Because you wanted to be my nigga. Like, you wanted to be my, like, Deshae. But let me give y'all a backstory on this Deshae. When me and Kai first got together, Deshae was calling and texting Kai like, oh, that's a little girl, you like her, like nah, bro, I don't think you should fuck with her. But was the main nigga trying to fuck with me. Mind you, me and his sister were best friends from when we were like 13, 14 years old until 21. But Des, you also were trying to fuck with me. It's so crazy how the niggas that are his friends that got up here laughing, thinking shit cute, thinking shit funny, and spoke on it was the niggas trying to fuck with me. Des, I just caught your ass the other day. Hold on, let's pull it up. Cause I just caught your ass the other day on my page. What the fuck are you on my page liking my shit for? Once I caught you on my page liking my shit the other day, I then went to your page, went to go DM you and tell you about yourself until I came across the DMs you have been sending me since 2021, Des. Hold on. Where is it at? What this say? Actually, I'm just put it right here. I'm just put it on the screen. DTB Des goes to page. Cool. Mind you, Des was liking my shit on, what day is this? What day is this? January 16th. Today's January 20th. This was 4 days ago. Okay? You are so epic. Heart. I don't know what that emoji's supposed to mean. Y'all know, I don't know. But I know it don't mean nothing just friendly. You just be so happy thinking that y'all friend is now single and is gonna be back outside, back bringing around, I guess. When in reality, the shit that y'all friend do for y'all, that should be enough. This nigga bought y'all not one, but 2 houses. Y'all are on y'all second house from him. That house that y'all are claiming, oh, he didn't buy it, we bought it. No, the fuck y'all didn't. And call my bluff. I want to get on here and say, oh, she's lying, we did buy. No, the fuck y'all didn't. Hello, it's me speaking. Gigi, I know the real. Not only has this bought 2 cribs and furnished both cribs, y'all just got bust down for the mafia-thon. Y'all all just got a really nice fucking chain for the mafia-thon. But when I'm out buying APs for his birthday, where the fuck were y'all? I didn't see y'all at the dinner. Y'all ain't get no gift. He ain't get shit from y'all. But I'm the parasite. But I'm draining him. It's me. Y'all are men at the end of the day. And he's another man that is doing all of this for men. But y'all can't accumulate a couple dollars and shit, at least get him a book y'all see like to read. Y'all could have got him a book, a journal, something. Now, as for Brianna, the assistant, bring your ass to the front. I done had to check this too many motherfucking times. I hate a bitch that can't keep her nose out of other people's business, that don't know her place. Brianna ain't shit trash but that BBL you hiding up under all them fucking clothes, you wide back ass bitch. Like, why the fuck do you insert yourself in our relationship so fucking much? I done told this bitch, just do your job. It's your job to bring zebras and horses in a room. Why are you inserting yourself in my relationship? I'm not one of these little bitches he was fucking with before. I don't know what relationship y'all got to where you feel like you're so inserted in his love life. That's not your place.
First off, it's your job to bring zebras and tigers and bears. But anyway, so as you can see, that was like just a little bit of, like I mentioned, like that whole 40-minute portion. But my whole thing is, when I saw this, is I'm gonna bring my attention to Kai. Kai, since the moment you announced that you were single, the way the internet was coming at Gigi, the way people have been speaking on this rumor, I'm not here to confirm or deny that her and NBA Youngboy were together. From everything I've seen, from the clips that I saw of her talking and her saying, like, you got me effed up and everything like that, I don't believe that she and NBA Youngboy had anything. I don't believe that. If it comes out to be true, baby, okay. But I don't believe that. Kai has made it a point, and we have talked about how we support how he is, like how he started from the ground up. We appreciate the humble journey for him. But your silence is actually irritating me, because if you really rocked with her how you rocked with her, the fact that you have let your friends not only speak on her, you've let the internet talk about this and everything like that, is actually very disheartening to me. And to me, if she did not cheat with NBA Youngboy, and if that was your sole reason for breaking up with her, for being based off of that rumor, then you could have said that. But the fact that you're saying nothing shows me a lot about your character, and is very corny to me. It's like, if you wanted to break up with her because you didn't want to be in a relationship, say that. Say something. The fact that you're saying nothing is actually very disheartening to me, because it's like, were you in a relationship with her or not? Did you respect her or not? Did you love her or not? You see the internet is tearing her up. You let your friends sit here and talk about her. And to a point where she said that her mental health wasn't this, she wasn't that, When you were talking about mental health, the internet was saying how Gigi is draining you. And you came out and said something for yourself. But the fact that you're not saying nothing while the internet is tearing her down is crazy to me and real corny. Why is your assistant speaking on her? Let your assistant assist you. She don't need to assist drama. Ugh. Go ahead, Shayla.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I feel like Kai Cenat should say something if he does care about her, to the same point that he talked about mental illness. You know what I mean? Like, this has to be draining. They are both public figures, so he understands this, right? He doesn't like when his name is being dragged under the mud. And if you really cared about her, or you really did love her at some point during that relationship, you should speak up. I'm not saying write a love letter, right? Because y'all are done, but just be like, hey, like, I know my community always rides for me, but just like, stop coming for her. We're no longer together, but I don't want to see her go through the pain. You know what I mean? Or like whatever it is, just, and also the fact that all his friends have, publicly laughed and seemed so excited about it. Kai is kind of the head of the snake in a sense, right? Him and Phantom and all those people, like, they are the ones that pioneered this whole Clover House and AMP, whatever. So as the head, you kind of like gotta tell your people, pipe down. You know what I mean? Yes, we're no longer together, but I'm not about to date y'all either. So, because it's like, for my future dating, it's like, dang, this how y'all move? I might have to think times 5 before I date you, because you got this whole army that's waiting on me if we do break up. So
yeah, and I just think, all in all, and I don't even like to agree with DJ Academics, but DJ Academics is basically saying the same thing. He's like, y'all is real corny. It's like, this is your moment to say something, and the fact that y'all are staying silent, like, sometimes silence is not the answer. Like, I know sometimes we sit here and we say, like, sometimes you don't even have to give power to a situation and speak on it or anything like that. But the fact that you are not speaking up is real corny to me, and it's really having me side-eye Kai Cenat, because it's just like, you could get on Twitch and say something real quick. Like, congratulations on your clothing brand. Congratulations on wanting to read a book. Congratulations on wanting to educate yourself. Let me educate you on this. if you care about somebody, regardless if you and them are still dealing with each other or not, if Shayla and I get to this big point where we have like the biggest platform in the world and her and I have a falling out, my love for Shayla would never allow me to sit here and let y'all disrespect her, depending on how we fall out. But for the most part, it's like, you know, I wouldn't allow nobody to sit here and start dogging her out, because that's just not the type of person I am. And the fact that you're allowing it makes me look at you side-eyed. But next topic.
And also, like, you can't control the public. It's mainly
Right.
like your friends in your circle. You can talk to them.
Exactly. Like, there's no reason why Des is over here hooping and hollering when you was really trying to bag her. Like, you're a weirdo too.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, right. So the next thing we are going to talk about is Mr. Kanye West, right? So Kanye West issued
known as Ye.
Yes, known now as Ye. Yes, he issued a apology about his past anti-Semitic remarks in a full-page Wall Street Journal ad titled "To Those I've Hurt." He described his comments as reckless, denied being a Nazi, and he said that he loves Jewish people. Ye attributed his behavior to an undiagnosed brain injury from a car accident 25 years ago and untreated mental health issues, which he says led to bipolar disorder and a prolonged manic episode marked by psychotic and impulsive behavior. He acknowledged praising Adolf Hitler, using Nazi imagery, and selling merchandise featuring swastikas, calling it a period where he lost touch with reality. Ye said that he hit rock bottom in early 2025 and he was encouraged by his wife Bianca and sought professional help. He credited medication, therapy, exercise, and a lifestyle change for his stabilized mental health, right? So while Ye is not saying he's asking for a free pass, he hopes to earn forgiveness. The Anti-Defamation League responded that the apology is long overdue and does not erase the harm caused by his repeated anti-Semitic actions. The group said true accountability would be demonstrated by refraining from anti-Semitism going forward, right? And yeah, that's when I saw this. Did you show the photo or no?
No.
Okay, so like basically this, I'm not gonna read this whole.
Girl, you can't read that.
I have it on my phone. I could have read it, but I wasn't going to do that. I just wanted to make sure y'all saw proof that he did that. My whole thing is, right, Shayla has said this in the past, and I agree with it 1,000%. I can't tell a group that I am not a part of, even if I was a part of, to how to accept an apology. I cannot tell y'all, oh, well, he said because of a mental illness, this, that, and the third, this is what happens. He had this that was undiagnosed, this, that, and the third. Like, I can't tell a group, especially that I am not a part of, how to accept an apology. If people want to forgive him, great. If people don't want to forgive him, great. I get it. I'm not going to sit here and determine that for nobody, because at the end of the day, I correlated to, like, if somebody was in a manic episode and they killed a family member of mine, I don't care what you tell me about them in their manic episode. The fact that I am impacted and hurt, I could never forgive you. You know what I mean? So it's like, for me, if this is like his olive branch, like I think it's called the olive branch. If this is him saying, I hope y'all can forgive me. And if you don't forgive me, like, I get it, because I've hurt a lot of people. Great, cool, calm, collected. But at the end of the day, like, apology is one thing, actions are another.
Yeah. And also people are saying that this is kind of a PR stunt, because he also, right after this apology was released, he also announced that his 12th studio album titled Bully is set to be launching in March of 2026. So they're like, he issued this apology ahead of his album release. But to be honest, Ye never cared. So I don't really think this is a PR stunt, because I mean, clearly he's saying I was dealing with manic issues, like he was dealing with something medically, which led to him acting out. But I feel like that's always been Ye's personality. He never cared. He never cared about, oh, I got to fix my image. And so I don't think that letter was released as a PR stunt ahead of his album release. Never cared. He never cared. And so I'm happy that he released this little apology. I don't think it's gonna make a difference, because sometimes the wound is too deep, and it's like you could put all the band-aids on top, but the wound is still is not gonna heal. You said what you said, and so much, like, it wasn't a one-time incident. It was several things that he said over and over and doubled down and dragged. He also mentioned like the Black community. He dragged like, oh, not racism, was it slavery was a choice, and all of these things that he said that is like, yeah, you might have said that while you were down, but at the end of the day, you said what you said, and actions speak louder than words. What are you gonna do now? Okay, like, we're glad you're feeling better. Good for you. He's also working a lot with his daughter North. North is dropping music. Like, maybe this was also something that made him like, I'm with my daughter now. We want to grow together in music, child. Who knows?
Sorry, go ahead. No, go ahead. I'll finish after you.
I was just gonna say, yeah. Thank you, Ye, for dropping this apology. And it is what it is. That's all you could do. You drop the apology. And okay. Right. I guess.
I would say, like, my last point to this is like, I'm like, Kanye has done this before. Again, he said that he's been going through these mental issues. Like, I feel like he's apologized before and then he did stuff right back. So like, to me, it's kind of like it kind of follows the trend. To me, I'm not like rocking with Kanye West. I wasn't rocking with him when he was semi-normal, and I wasn't rocking with him when he was off the rocker. Like, so to me, as just like, okay, cool, calm, collect, the fans who will support you. I know people who still buying Yeezys to this day. So it's just like, the ones who you are going to appeal to are going to accept you, and the ones who don't rock with you aren't going to rock with you. It's going to be interesting to see how you move forward, and hopefully your actions and your words know how to blend together correctly.
Yep. And on that note, another person that has been, dropping new film, and she's in the airwaves, honey, is your first lady, Melania Trump. Okay, she is dropping a film documentary that is not really a documentary. And the people have zero appetite for this. I don't know who asked Melania Trump. No one really cared. No shade. Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe it's just my circle and my little social media bubble. No one was worried about Melania Trump, but she is dropping a new film and nobody worried about it. She and Trump held a screening at the Kennedy Center and no major press was allowed. She should have invited them, because if you want people to start caring about your film, you need the major outlets like the New York Times, AP, Vanity Fair to be there and get you to talk about why they need to go watch your film, since they dropped hella money on this film. Amazon, the film was made or produced by Amazon MGM, and they paid $40 million for the rights to the doc and reportedly another $35 million for marketing. Let me play for you guys the trailer for this, child, because it drops today. If you have that itch, like, I need to know what First Lady Melania Trump was doing the 20 days before Trump got elected to office, well, this is your moment. I'm gonna play the trailer for y'all.
Here we go again.
You can come in. Good morning. My proudest legacy will be that of peacemaker.
Peacemaker in the fire. Beautiful. Together, with like-minded leaders, we have a voice. Is it safe?
It is safe.
Everyone wants to know. So here it is. Hi, Mr. President. Congratulations.
Did you watch it?
I did not. Yeah, I will see it on the news.
Y'all, she said, first of all, where is the everyone? The everyone in question. Did y'all need to know this? Also, if I'm calling my husband, I'm not like, hey, Mr. President, like, let me know. I think that's weird. And also, this is just like, Huh? You know what I mean? It's not a documentary, so it's really just her showcasing her and how I got money and you don't. She was like, "Oh, this is a clip from when she was doing the little premiere event that happened last night. I need y'all, child. Let's play this clip.
All of the tasks that I need to do, from preparing to inauguration, running my business, family, and philanthropy, establishing East Wing. So it's a lot of going on.
And now I know that you're fairly private. This is allowing a lot of people to see behind the curtain. You know, what did you find that was either surprising or rewarding about that experience?
Well, in my life, yes, I'm very private, but very selective as well. So I think people will see the film and connect with, and I'm looking forward what they have to say.
Girl, what? And my last note is that South Africa, the distributor for the film pulled the plug, so they will not be showing this film in South Africa. And it's just like, what was the reason? You gonna go watch it, Rebecca? It hits theater. You got to hit the streets.
And you know, I'm kind of irritated that I'm about to say this. The camera quality, like the editing, they did that. You know, it's a real good quality, right? Baby, ain't nobody finna go watch that. Like, she said, I hope people connect to me. When do most people marry the president of the United States and are getting prepared for the inauguration? Like, what are we connecting to?
And also, it's like, you not even being real. If you wanted people to connect, let's talk about how you have a thick accent, how you are an immigrant. Like, if we really want to talk about producing and what people really want to care about, let's go down that rabbit hole. But of course, we're not going to go down that rabbit hole, and everything's is about you, luxurious. I mean, I haven't watched it, but I'm just assuming. And it's just very funny because everybody is online talking about how, despite them spending so much money on this, they're like, that's a waste of money because no one really wants to see that. And of course, now, might have me bite my tongue because now people are gonna go see it just to prove that. I don't know.
I mean, listen, his supporters ride at dawn. We saw that January 6th. We saw that, like, what was it, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, something like that. We know his people gonna ride at dawn. But the same way his supporters is talking about immigrants this, immigrants that, go spend your money and go watch this immigrant lady, because that's the true irony of it all. Like, go do that. Please do that. Listen, like Shayla said, nobody asked for this. No one is checking for her. I'm not checking for no Melania. I know the people aren't checking for Melania. Trump don't even look like he checking for Melania half the time. So to me, it's just like, we're wasting all this money and we trying to distract people from the real issues, like ICE killing U.S. residents. Like, I'm not sitting here worried about nothing Melania Trump got going on. I do not care. Congratulations to you and your man. Y'all got money to waste. Y'all got time to waste. And we were talking about Nicki Minaj and them earlier, but y'all look at Nicki Minaj plopped up at the premiere. Everybody just looking stuck.
Just, she looked like a pole. Like, you know, when you like decorating your house and it's like, oh no, this looks odd, it's not meant to be there. It's like they just plopped her there, and the guy that she's letting them use her as a prop. Like, girl, stand up. They don't want you. Anyways, on to the next thing that did drop this weekend. People actually do seem to be cared for. People actually do want to see America's Next Top Model. We talked about Tyra Banks, our girl. I feel like we were raised on America's Next Top Model. Is either you loved it or you hate it. I felt like off the rip when I was younger, I felt like something about this show is not right. They're kind of mean and they're judging everybody's body. So it's like, we've been new, but I guess now Netflix dropped this trailer and everybody was like, oh my God, I will be sad. How do you feel about this, Rebecca? Are you moved?
I mean, naturally, like, my natural reaction, it's like a 6-part, or is it it's a documentary, correct?
Yeah, I believe so. But it's gonna be broken down too, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really watch like documentaries whole, and I don't watch them in series either. So to me, like, I was unmoved. I feel like for me, it's people are very obsessed with the idea and the conversation about like how Tyra Banks hurt so many people's self-esteem and stuff like that. And it's just like, if you believe that, believe that. I don't need to see an in-depth documentary about what I've already heard and seen before. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's to me, like, I just feel like people are too obsessed with the narrative. And it's like, if you rock with her, great. If you don't rock with her for how you see like the way that people treated her, you hear Winnie Harlow talk about what her experience and all that. It's like, if you don't rock with her, you don't rock with her. But like, I don't understand like what's the reason for it all? Like, what is it gonna do for you? Like, is it going, if you ain't support her, you ain't support her? Is this gonna change your mind or not? Like, I don't know. To me, I don't have.
Yeah. And I also feel like back then things were different, right? Like, there's a lot of things that you could get away with back then in terms of reality TV and all of that today in 2026 you could never. And I think that's what made these shows so good back then. And now they gotta force a narrative, they gotta write down and cut and edit things to make them look enticing. Back then, honey, things were really that crazy. And so I knew it was bad back then. I guess now if you watch this, you just want to know more in depth, like, how are these models and people that did win back then, how are they doing now? And things like behind the scenes that maybe we didn't see. But it's like, I could tell from the on-screen things, it was crazy. So I mean, I would watch it, but we've been knew it was bad.
But I think also it's important to note, like, and this does not make it okay, it was also a different time. Like, as someone who has been plus size my whole life, I say this all the time, the way that fashion and everything was presented at that time, when I used to watch America's Next Top Model, they couldn't have a girl who was bigger than a size 6. That automatically made you plus size. So when I was younger, I rocking a size 14, 16, 18, I already knew this has nothing to do with me because I never fit into that. But I was watching it for entertainment value and entertainment purposes. So to me, when I would watch it, I never felt some type of way, but people are different. There's somebody else who could have been a size 10 who would watch this and automatically feel like, oh, like, I'm not confident, I'm not this, but everybody is wired differently. So I don't know. To me, it's not moving me, but if it moves you, do it. Watch it. Congratulations. Get into it. Okay. The next thing we were going to talk about is the Grammys are this Sunday. Okay.
Yes. So if you're big into music, award shows really, I don't be moved by them because I feel like the people that I want to win never win. And so on that note, we're going to have our own mini Grammys right here, right now, where we're going to choose who we would choose to win if one day, you never know, we do become the people that get to vote. So welcome to
was doing this.
Grammar Awards fun. All right. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 categories, and we are the Grammy voters. So tap in, comment down below, let us know who you would vote for, and this is gonna be some Grammy fun. All right. So the first category is Album of the Year. The contenders are Bad Bunny, Debí Tirar Más Fotos, Justin Bieber, album Swag, Tyler the Creator, Chromacopia. No Shey, love you. Rebecca, who would be the winner?
I know that Justin Bieber has a big fan base and so does Tyler the Creator, but to me, I feel like it has to be Bad Bunny. I feel like it just has to be.
Correct. So in our Grammys, Bad Bunny is the winner for Album of the Year. Where's your trophy, Bad Bunny? Here's your trophy. Bad Bunny, I know you're not here, but this is your...
We will accept the award in your honor.
Yes. Okay, so on to the next category. Record of the Year. Again, we have Bad Bunny for his song Debí Tirar Más Fotos, Rosé and Bruno Mars, Apt, Lady Gaga, Abracadabra, or Billie Eilish, her song Wildflower.
Ooh, honestly, I might have to give it to Bad Bunny again, but I feel like Billie Eilish might be, that's my song low key.
You could only pick one. Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna choose Bad Bunny. I listen to Bad Bunny more than I ever listen to the rest of them. Even though Bruno Mars, you are on tour, I'm still looking for tickets.
Okay, so your vote is for Bad Bunny?
Yes.
Okay, my vote is also for for Bad Bunny for his song Debí Tirar Más Fotos. He's not here to accept his award, but here you go.
Your honor.
I think for the real Grammys though, Billie Eilish is gonna win because I think the reason why the people that I would vote for never actually win is because the voters steer to be, older and white, and so they probably not listening to the Tirar Más Fotos. But that definitely is the song of the year or record of the year, because when the song dropped, honey. And also Bad Bunny is performing at the Super Bowl. Hello. All right, next. Best New Artist. We have Olivia Dean, Cat's Eye, The Mariahs, and Addison Rae.
Addison Rae is in the TikToker?
Child.
Anyway, I feel like I don't listen to her, but I feel like Olivia Dean would be the one who wins. And I think also it's because she has been around for a while, but people are just now discovering her. And I've seen more of her songs trend on TikTok than I've seen for any of the rest of them.
Right. So for me, Leon Thomas would have won this category. I know he's not new, but neither is Olivia. But Olivia Dean at the end of the race just took it. I'm so sorry. Well, actually, I'm not sorry. Olivia Dean wins for Best New Artist. Here's also she's also not here because she's actually in the real life Grammys to accept her award. Next category, Song of the Year. You're right. I don't know why there's a record of the year versus song of the year, but I'm sure the real Grammys have a reason for that I just don't know about. Okay, so for Song of the Year, again, we have Lady Gaga, Abracadabra, Rosé and Bruno Mars, Apt, and Sabrina Carpenter, Man-Child.
Oh, I already know it's gonna be Sabrina Carpenter. People love her down. They like the little robe thing she would do, and then close back up. Yeah, I feel like she's gonna get that for sure.
Okay, so I don't listen to Sabrina Carpenter, but as Rebecca says, I do know she has a very big fan base. She is like the pop girl. And so here you go, Sabrina. Congratulations. You are the winner. Next, Best R&B Album. Okay, we have Giveon, his album Beloved, Coco Jones, Why Not More, and Leon Thomas, Mutt.
This is hard.
There can only be one winner.
I feel like it's going to be Leon Thomas, but Giveon might be the one who, I don't know. For me.
Okay, so we have different. I think if the listeners or voters actually listen to the albums, Coco Jones' album is good compared to all the others. Leon Thomas did eat down on his album. I like Giveon. Heartbreak Anniversary is my song. I don't think this was his strongest album. So
I feel like the only reason why I'm saying Giveon is because I saw he had hosted like a few concerts, and like the way people were going crazy and out for it, I just feel like, and don't get me wrong, I love Coco Jones down. We support her, we rock with her and everything like that. But I just feel like in terms of what I've seen people push more, Leon Thomas and Giveon.
But keep in mind, I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, or if you know, Rebecca, I don't think actual people are voting for this. Like there's only like industry people that vote on this, right? I think so. So your vote is for who? Who you voting for?
I'm leaning more Leon Thomas.
Okay, so this might have to be a split award, honey. I vote for Coco Jones and Rebecca votes for Leon Thomas.
Okay, this will be my award for Leon.
Oh, okay, period. So we have a perfume. Child, they never come into our Grammys. You got a maraca and a cologne, child. Congrats to the winners. On to the next category. Well, our last category for the Too Much / Grammy Awards. Best Rap Album. Kendrick Lamar, GNX, Tyler the Creator, Chromacopia, or Glorilla, Glorious.
I don't. And it's like no shade, no hate to Tyler the Creator. He not even in this consideration at the current moment for me.
He does have a big fan base though.
He does. Do I think it's big enough to win an award? No, but I could be mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Kendrick has had a good years.
Yeah. So for me, I'm giving the award to Kendrick Lamar. Although we even talked about it on the podcast when Glorilla dropped her album, she got a lot of hits in that album. I think Kendrick Lamar's album just
I think also impact. I feel like with Kendrick Lamar's album, because of everything that's been happening and surrounding him with like between him and Drake and everything like that, the impact of his albums also is like, I don't know. I think it's more of that. Like Glorilla's great and she has had an impact in terms of like the club setting. But I feel like in terms of Kendrick, we talk about like Super Bowl performance, this, that, boom, boom, boom. Like I feel like he gotta win. He gotta win it.
I agree. So congratulations to all our winners. This was the segment for Grammy / Too Much Awards. We hopefully one day we will be presenting an award. You never know. Stay tuned. Speak it into existence. And I think we're ready to move on to our sports corner.
Yes, we are. Let us know in the comments who you feel like should have won from those categories.
Right.
Hey, y'all. Welcome to our sports corner. Baby, we have our official Super Bowl winners, okay? You will be seeing the Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots in this year's Super Bowl. I watched the games that recently happened on Sunday, and if you had asked me who I thought was going to win and who I thought was going to be in the Super Bowl, Rebecca hasn't been taking part in any parlays this year when it came to the NFL. But I decided to take part in the NFC and the AFC finals, correct? I thought it was going to be the Denver Broncos, and I already have a feeling it was going to be the Seahawks. The Denver Broncos disappointed me. If they had kicked the field goal when they should have kicked the field goal, we would have never been in this position. Rebecca missed out on some money on that, but it's okay because I made some money from the Seahawks. So we will be seeing the New England Patriots, and we will also be seeing the Seattle Seahawks. Who do I want to win? I feel like the Seattle Seahawks would be the team that I would prefer to see them win. But I know it's going to be a really good game. It's going to be, I hope, actually, let me not jinx it. I hope it's going to be a good game because there's been times where I thought the games were going to be good and it hasn't been. So I'm excited to see how how all turns out. But are you excited for the Super Bowl, Shayla?
I'm excited for the Benito Bowl.
Get them where we're at. Shake them real quick.
I'm excited for the Benito Bowl. I know some people, like I've mentioned, are triggered. And I just know one thing about Bad Bunny. He never cared. And so I'm excited to see, will he bring someone out? What songs is he going to play? I think he's definitely going to find some way, shape, or form to talk about ICE and immigration in some way, shape, or form. His music has always been very political. He's used it to speak out against, what's happening in Puerto Rico and the power grids and all of these things. Like, I know some artists like steer away from that. Like, I just sing whatever, but Bad Bunny never cared. He used his music as a form of, speaking his mind in politics, whatever. So I'm excited for that. I think it was funny how Kendall Jenner, right? One thing about Kendall Jenner, she always will secure a good little commercial. And unlike the Pepsi one where she did get canceled, I think this is real more so along her wavelength, which she dropped a commercial with Fanatic Sportsbook. And in it, they amplified the Kardashian curse, which is essentially like anytime a Kardashian starts dating an athlete, things go left for them. And so they kind of went on that wavelength and used it to their benefit. And so I think that was funny. So shout out. That is good marketing. And whoever coordinated that, they did their big one. I want the Seahawks to win. That's who I will be rooting for.
Shayla, we got to find a place to go to because this is my first time being off for the Super Bowl. And I want to say the last 8 years, I have always been working weekends and everything like that. So I've never actually went and had like a Super Bowl Sunday or nothing like that. So I'm excited. I told Shayla we gotta find a place to go to because I need to experience it in its entirety. So we will be doing that. In terms of the commercial, when I saw that, I think ad commercial, whatever you want to call it, I thought it was like, I laughed a little because I'm like, I like when I don't rock with the Kardashians, but I like when they acknowledge the narratives around them, and I think it's funny.
Yeah, it didn't feel forced. Like
Yeah.
Kendall Jenner being in a Pepsi commercial talking about protests and you know what you need to end protests, just drink a Pepsi. That was so out of touch. The Kardashian curse, like this is marketing. This is how you go about it. Stay in what you're, I
Stay
don't
with
want to say like shut up and dribble vibe, but like let us be. You know what I mean?
So for real. And I think Devin Booker, because if you know, her and Devin Booker have been dating. And we also talked about Benito. Kendall Jenner was with, I don't know if they still together. I don't think they are, but whatever. So like, she's been tied to a few people that she's dated. And Devin Booker had said like the Seahawks are going to get a ring before Kendall does. And so she responded with, how's that ankle? Because he's out right now because of an ankle, I don't know, soreness or whatever. He said, come rub it. And I said, y'all funny as hell for that. Anyway, so the last thing we're going to talk about is Coco Gauff. So we're going to talk about how she was eliminated from the Australian Open in a swift 59-minute quarter-final loss. After the loss, she was caught on camera smashing her racket in frustration at what she believed was a private moment. She later explained that she needed a brief outlet for her emotions and preferred that over directing frustration towards her coaching team. So let me play for y'all the video, and then also I have the press conference when they asked her about it.
In match and then post match as well. This is the match call area. Wow, man, it's not surprising.
Is there part of you that just thinks it's healthy to just smash that racket and just get that loss over and done with? Does it help you move on?
Yeah, definitely. I think for me, I know myself and I don't want to lash out on my team. They're good people. They don't deserve that. And I know I'm emotional. So yeah, I just took the minute to go and do that. And yeah, I don't think it's a bad thing. Like I said, I don't try to do it on court in front of kids and things like that. But I do know I need to let out that emotion. Otherwise, I'm just going to be snappy with the people around me. And I don't want to do that because, like I said, they don't deserve it. They did their best. I did mine. Just need to let the frustration out.
Right, last two.
So when I saw this, right, when I saw her smashing her racket, like before I even saw the narrative and everything, I said, girl, sometimes it be like that. Like when I saw that, I was like, it really do be like that, right? And then I saw some people like making comments about like, oh, that's not the right way to do it, or this, that, and the third. And I'm like, I think people forget, like, yes, they are celebrities. Yes, they are athletes, but they are human, and humans have emotions. Like I don't know how else to explain it or how else to dumb it down for people, but athletes, celebrities, they are human. They react to things like we would react. If I put all my all, especially if you are a true competitor, like sometimes you got to release a moment of frustration. I'm mad I lost. Would you have preferred me hit somebody with the racket? Like I'm lost.
Yeah, when I saw this, my first thinking was Ariana Sabalenka, because she did the similar thing, but during the US Open. And I believe it was when Coco beat her or something like that, right? Like it was also in national television because, the US Open, everyone was covering it. And I feel like tennis is not one of our biggest sports. And so when Ariana Sabalenka's thing was happening, they're like, oh my God, what's happening? Is this normal? And I think the rules and regulations of tennis are way more like bougie. Like when people are playing, like you're supposed to be quiet, you can't walk. Like they're very strict with their rules. And so when I saw this, it took me back to when that happened and people were like, oh, why would she do that? And a lot of people didn't understand, like, is this normal, breaking rackets? I do think that players, and this is across all sports, they need to have some sort of privacy. I never understood why some reporters, even like in the NBA, are doing interviews with these athletes with their boxers on, no shirts, no nothing. Like, Jesus, I get it. We want to get the quick reaction, but these athletes need some time. Also, when I'm mad, I need my alone time. Don't be on me. Like, I need to be alone. Let me process things. And so having the camera on you 25/8, she went somewhere where she thought it was a little private. There was a little wall. And I know the cameras were extra zooming in when you know she went there because she was trying to look for privacy. So I think backstage there needs to be some sort of area where these athletes can go to and it's just them. Because even when they're like pre-gaming and stretching, tennis people be doing some weird stretches. No shade. They be, girl, this is a stretch. What you doing? And so like they're publicizing that across like all these outlets. And it's like, how is this enhancing your storytelling?
No,
shade. I'm thrusting the air. You don't need to see that.
Yeah, like when I've seen post-game interviews with LeBron, he literally just came out the shower, jumped hanging in the towel, and you got the camera in his. It's like, dang, like let me get a moment. And I think also people need to put themselves in those like type of positions. Like if you know, like especially me, I'm the type of person when I'm mad or frustrated, you really got to walk away from me. Like you have to walk away from me or let me walk away and let me come back of my own accord, because I'm not fun to be around. I'm not nice to be around. It's like, I need that moment for me. So for Coco, girl, don't worry about nothing these people are saying. That the reporter, I understand the question you were going with, but to even say, do you feel like that was healthy? Yes, that was healthy for me. What you want me to do? Snort crack? Like I'm lost. Like what? Let me smash a racket. You not paying for it. I bought it. It's mine. Anyway, that is all for today's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like we always say in the comments, let us know about anything that we've talked about, whether it's the sports corner, the social corner, or anything we talked about in the news. Let us know in the comments below.
Yes, we appreciate your support, and make sure you follow us across all platforms at Too Much SB. Are you subscribed? If you made it this far, comment a tennis racket and a football, okay, or a Grammys trophy. We giving you options, child. Pick
honestly, Sheila, those are the perfect options. I want y'all to comment one of those two.
Okay. So yeah, we'll see you guys next Friday. Bye.